65% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. Not $1,000 invested, not $1,000 in a retirement account, $1,000 total in a savings account. And the number that should truly terrify you is this. The median retirement savings for Americans aged 55 to 64, people who are 10 years from retirement, is $134,000. They need $1,500,000 to retire comfortably. They have $134,000. That is not a retirement plan. That is a retirement crisis, already happening right now to millions of people who worked hard their entire lives and followed every piece of advice they were ever given about money. My name is Money Truth, and today I am going to show you exactly why this is happening, the specific decisions and patterns that produce this outcome, and what you can do differently starting today. Subscribe right now because this video might save your retirement. Here is the first brutal truth. Most Americans are not saving enough, and they do not know it. The average American believes they are saving adequately for retirement. Research shows that most people overestimate how prepared they are. But the math is unforgiving. To retire at 65 and live on $60,000 per year until age 85, you need $1,500,000. To build $1,500,000 starting at age 35, you need to save and invest approximately $1,800 per month at 8% return. $1,800 per month. The average American is contributing $200 to $300 per month to retirement. They need $1,800. They are contributing $250. The gap, $1,550 per month, is not just a savings gap, it is a lifestyle gap. It is the difference between a retirement of dignity and a retirement of working at 72 because the money ran out. Here's why this gap exists. It's not laziness, it's not stupidity. It's three specific patterns that trap almost every working American in financial underpreparation. Pattern 1. Lifestyle inflation captures every raise. The average American gets a raise and upgrades their lifestyle within 90 days. New apartment, better car, more eating out, better vacations. The raise felt earned, the upgrade felt deserved, and the retirement gap stayed exactly the same because the raise never reached the retirement account. This happens with almost every raise for almost every working American across an entire career. 8 to 10 raises, each one absorbed by lifestyle, each one representing a missed opportunity to close the retirement gap. If just 20% of every raise had been redirected to retirement savings over a 30-year career, the retirement gap would not exist for most middle-class Americans. Pattern 2. Starting too late. The decade from 25 to 35 is the most financially valuable decade of a working person's life. Not because incomes are highest then, they are not. Because compound interest has the most time to work. $1,000 invested at 25 at 8% return becomes $21,724 at 65. $1,000 invested at 35 at 8% return becomes $10,062 at 65. Same $1,000, same investment, same return. The person who started at 25 has twice as much at 65 as the person who started at 35. And most Americans spend their 20s and early 30s building lifestyle, upgrading apartments, buying impressive cars, living fully up to their income. Then they reach 40 and start thinking seriously about retirement, and the math that was manageable at 25 has become brutal at 40. The most expensive financial decision most Americans make is not a bad investment. It's not a market crash. It is delaying the start. Pattern 3. The wrong tools. Most Americans know they should save for retirement, but they save in the wrong places, and it costs them enormously over time. Traditional savings accounts earning 0.5% annually, CDs earning 1 to 2%, savings bonds. Safe, familiar, and almost completely ineffective as wealth-building tools when inflation runs at 3 to 4% annually. The S&P 500 has returned an average of approximately 10% per year over the last 50 years. A diversified index fund captures most of that return with minimal fees. The difference between investing $500 per month at 0.5% versus 8% over 30 years is not small. At 0.5%, $500 per month for 30 years becomes $194,000. At 8%, $500 per month for 30 years becomes $745,000. Same $500 per month, same 30 years, same discipline. The only variable is where the money went. $194,000 versus $745,000. The wrong tool doesn't just slow wealth building. Over 30 years, it destroys it. Now here's the part that most financial content skips completely. Why does this keep happening? Why do intelligent, hardworking, responsible people consistently end up underprepared for retirement? It's not ignorance. Most Americans know they should save more. They know they should invest. They know the retirement math doesn't work, and they still don't do it. The reason is behavioral, not intellectual. There are 4 specific behavioral barriers that prevent even informed people from taking the actions they know they should take. Behavioral barrier 1, present bias. The human brain is wired to place dramatically more value on things that happen now versus things that happen in the future. $100 today feels worth more than $200 in 5 years, even though $200 is obviously objectively more. Retirement is 20 or 30 or 40 years away. The part of your brain that handles long-term planning is not as powerful as the part that handles immediate needs and immediate rewards. The solution is not to try harder to think about the future. The solution is to make the future decision automatic, so the brain's present bias never gets involved. Automation. The moment income arrives, before your brain processes it as available, a percentage leaves for retirement. The present bias never triggers because the decision has already been made in advance. Behavioral barrier 2, decision fatigue. After a full day of making decisions, your brain's capacity for good financial decisions is dramatically reduced. People make worse financial decisions at night than in the morning. They make worse decisions when tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. Most Americans face their financial decisions in exactly those conditions: after work, after dealing with the kids, after a stressful day. The solution, again, is automation. Decisions made once in advance when you're clear-headed and strategic that then execute automatically without requiring ongoing willpower. Behavioral barrier 3, complexity paralysis. The financial industry is extraordinarily complex. 401ks, IRAs, Roth conversions, asset allocation, expense ratios, rebalancing. Most Americans face this complexity and freeze. They intend to figure it out when they have time. The time never comes. The account never gets opened. The contribution never gets started. The solution: keep it brutally simple. One account, one fund, total market index fund, automatic monthly contribution. Done. You don't need to understand everything to start. You need to start something simple and let time do the work. Behavioral barrier 4, the progress invisibility problem. Retirement savings growth is invisible for years. $500 per month for the first year, $6,000. Not exciting. For the first 5 years, $36,000. Still not exciting. For the first 10 years, $91,000. Getting better. The human brain struggles to maintain motivation for a goal that produces no visible results for years. The solution: change what you measure. Don't measure the retirement account balance. Measure the monthly contribution as a win. Celebrate the automation as a win. Celebrate the consistency as a win. The results will come, but the behavior has to be celebrated long before the results are visible. Otherwise, the behavior stops. Here's what to do. Step 1. Calculate your retirement number. Not a vague goal, a specific number. $1,500,000, $2 million, whatever your lifestyle requires. Write it down. Step 2. Calculate what you need to contribute monthly to reach that number from where you are now. Use a compound interest calculator. Be honest, the number might be uncomfortable. Step 3. Automate the maximum you can today, even if it's far short of what you need. $200 per month, $300 per month. Something automated today. Step 4. Apply the 20% rule to every future raise. Before Lifestyle sees a dollar, 20% to retirement. Step 5. Put your money in the right place. Roth IRA first. 401k to capture employer match. Total market index fund. Low fees. Leave it alone. These 5 steps will not fix the retirement crisis overnight, but they will start the process. And starting, even imperfectly, even inadequately, is the only thing that separates the people who retire with dignity from the people who are still working at 75. The retirement crisis is not coming. It's already here. The only question is whether you're going to be part of it or whether you're going to do something different starting today. Subscribe to Money Truth, because the truth about your money is the most valuable thing nobody ever taught you.